Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Fun Time with the Jerk Squad. I'm Troy, and I'm drinking a beer tonight whose tasting notes are sliced cantaloupe, tropical fruit juice, and fruit stripe bubblegum. Remember old Fruit Stripe?
Yeah. Yikes. Stripes. Fruit stripe gum.
Yikes. Stripes.
That was my go-to. We're taking off on an airplane, and I want to not prevent my ears from popping gum.
Oh, really? I didn't fly on a plane until I was 18. No, that's not right. 13. No. 16. I was 16 when I flew on a plane. I went to France, and I never came back.
Coming to you live from France, it's Androids and Ellie.
No, it's the Jerk Squad. Did you not hear the opening?
That's
It's
right.
a different show.
Jerk Squad.
The Jerk Squad.
That makes Troy the jerkhead, like the head jerk.
Yeah.
I'm the jerkhead.
Jerk Master.
The Jerkmaster General.
It's perfect.
There basically was a surgeon general that encouraged children to be a jerk master themselves. It got into a lot of trouble for it. It was C. Everett Koop, who was just like as boring as could be. It was in all sorts of commercials. And then it was the jerk master general, whose tenure was short because of all the jerk mastering that happened.
Wait,
Yes.
did you say that you were the jerk master general, Grant?
No,
I'm the Jerkmaster General.
Troy.
I'm the Jerk Master General.
I'm the only one.
I served 3 tours in jerkin. That's how I earned my stripes.
The fruit stripes.
My fruit stripes. It all comes back. Oh, fruit stripe gum. It was a good gum, but the flavor literally lasted about 30 seconds. It's like, but this is so much flavor. And it's gone. Hopefully the beer will last a little longer. I'm a little punchy because everyone was here waiting for me because my Skype wouldn't work. And it was really frustrating. I don't like it when technology is just doesn't work for no good reason. And the only solution was the 5th time I restarted my computer is when it was like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you wanted to do what you do every day. But now we're here. And we were talking before the show. Joe was like, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention because I was still angry. And you're talking about Commonwealths, and Joe's like, oh, I think it's the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Let me just look at my birth certificate. And he reaches down and pulls up his birth certificate. And we all had a laugh about how it was just none of us could so easily produce our birth certificate. But only
Keep
Joe.
it just off camera.
I keep it right next to my bed.
It was like a magic trick. Like you produce it instantly.
Well, just in case Tucker Carlson calls, gotta have it handy.
I got it right here.
Joe, but then you said there was some issue about your. Grant's got his. There it is.
It's in a folder. I'm not going to show anything to dox myself, but it's in a folder labeled genealogy.
Wait, does that say Richard Bergerwitz? Did they change your name at Ellis Island?
I actually, believe it or not,
Ellis Island.
this is a Navy ship my grandfather served on.
There it is.
There you go. The fighting Bergerwitzes.
But yeah, it makes sense if you. I mean, Troy, didn't you? Maybe it wasn't you, but I think someone's like, didn't you go through a green card marriage? No, it wasn't you.
No, a green card marriage.
We talked about this. We talked about this before the show too, which is that Ellie normally just gets a 30% certainty rate that the story she's about to tell is about the person she's talking to, and then
she just starts.
You just throws it out there.
My wife comes after apple pie in the dictionary. She's as American as they come. Wait, did someone do a little green card wedding action or help out a friend?
No, I mean, I had a green card marriage, but I was for love. But
It started as an arrangement, but then you
exactly.
it blossomed into love.
But what I'm saying is,
After they found out they were friends, then the love started.
I think Roxette wrote a song about that.
oh yeah, and there is a great movie. I think it's called The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and the Deadpool guy.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Was Chris your assistant?
Well, I mean, in many ways, maybe. No, we did not have a green card marriage. If FBI is watching.
You heard it here first. Green card marriage, everybody, for Eleanor de Lorenzo.
But like what I was gonna say is that you need all the American needs to have its birth certificate. I know I realized I referred to the American as an it, but it needs a birth certificate and also like all the
These creatures that I live surrounded by.
Reasons.
yeah, and you need like 5 years of filed taxes and stuff like that. So it's like you really need your papers in order, and that's why I was like confused because I thought you had said that you had helped someone with the green card.
No. I would never help anyone.
It does seem very out of character for him.
Couldn't have been Troy.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't have my first marriage be a fakie just to help a friend.
Fakey. That's true.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's not my style.
No. I mean, I wouldn't either. Also, you can go to jail. So, kids,
Sure.
don't do it.
I would
Don't do it.
FBI, if you're listening, I would do it. Come find me.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Sid. If my marriage falls apart, you know I'm going to call you.
I got your back. Yeah, I got your back.
Yeah.
We'll do a green card marriage. No problem.
Good for you guys. Good for you. I'm glad you
But
thought
anyway,
this
yes,
out.
Joe, the story you were going to say about Philadelphia was something about your middle name.
Yeah, I was explaining why I have my birth certificate so close at hand, and it's because I went through several years, and I still am dealing with it in some respects, fallout from my Catholic confirmation when I was in like 6th grade or whatever, where you take a confirmation name, and everybody that I knew was Catholic. I didn't know. The entire government where I was Catholic. So like nobody had any question marks about just changing your name to like this name you made up as part of this ritual. And so I added it on. But then when I was doing like applying for high school and like getting a license, my mom didn't like my middle name because for various family reasons. And she was like, why don't you just use your confirmation name? And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'm 15. So I just replaced my middle name with my confirmation name. Fine. Well, that's how I get my license in Pennsylvania. That's how I get, and now this is, back then, you didn't need a social security card or a birth certificate to get a driver's license. You just walked in, took the test, and they took your picture. They're like, what's your name? Like, here you go. And so for years in New York, I had a Pennsylvania license. And when I was like, I'd lived there for like 8 years. I was like, it's really time. I should really get a New York license. And I would go and bam, like go to the DMV, and I would just get turned away because they'd be like, your Pennsylvania license is a different name than your birth certificate and your social security card. And I would just be like, it's a confirmation name. You know what that is? And they'd be like, yeah, but it's not legal. You know, you can't do that. And so so then I just kept putting it off until I got married. So a little over 5 years ago, I had to really fix it. And it was brutal. I had to go back to Pennsylvania multiple times to like have them undo everything. I had to like fill out all these forms because now it's like super, super intense for obvious reasons. And I still get worried about it when I'm like known traveler number, or like if I have my passport, which doesn't have my middle initial versus my license, which does. Like,
did you legally change it then to your confirmation name, or you went back to the original?
No, I went back to my birth name. I was just like, fuck this confirmation name. Like I'm expunging it because it's fake. I would just rather go with like, but it's so weird because like for so many years, I was Joseph P. like all through high school and all through college and all through my 20s. Like that was on my license.
So what's the truth?
The truth is Joseph D. My middle name is Dominic, not Patrick.
Wait.
Dominic.
So, Dominic, that's such a cool
Yeah, and it's
name.
with a CK at the end too. So it is super cool.
Just like the donkey.
Yes.
Why didn't your mom like it?
It had to do with her father-in-law, but it was also because I was named after him. He was also, they told me it was different when I was a kid, like that they was spelled different. They were like, it's spelled like this. There's no second I. They're like, it's Dominic. It's an Irish name, blah, blah, blah. And so that's what I would tell people my name was. And then like I got out my birth certificate, dug it out, and I was like, it's just Dominic with a CK at the end. What are you talking about? They're like, oh yeah, they spelled it wrong when we said it to them and we just never fixed it.
The Irish are known for drinking, and I imagine that was what was happening
So I was
at
just
various
like,
stages of this process.
I'm just going with the name you didn't mean to name me because that's what's on my birth certificate, and I'll take that rather than trying to change everything.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not because for years my friends would love. They were like, "Oh, Joseph Patrick O'Brien." It just rolls off the tongue. It's the most Irish thing in the world. And then when I found out it was Dominic, a lot of them were heartbroken.
yeah.
I
Like, you lied to us.
Think you
It
know a
sounds
person.
so cool, though.
What I love about this story is that with just a couple carefully crafted more questions, we'll be able to answer all of Joe's security questions on any password he's set online.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totally.
Oh, no.
So the security
Wait a
question
minute.
is, so when did
Let's
you start
cut that.
defrauding the
Let's
state?
Can we go that way? That must be a problem every time your birthday comes around. What's your birthday again?
You said you were really good at elementary school soccer, right, Joe? What was your elementary school's name?
What was your elementary school?
What was your favorite second grade teacher, would you say?
If I were to get your pet something, what color should it be, and what's your pet's name?
I want to get it personalized. So
Well, Dominic or Patrick, I still don't care for you as a person. But we're going to play some Starfinder either way. Green card be damned. We're gonna play some Starfinder tonight. But none of you have a card to be aboard this ship. In the Starfinder universe, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to be here. You snuck on to this hangar, and immediately were fired upon by an assault fighter. A small starship was firing on you as you were just like weaving about, bipping and bopping. At one point, Kreska and Dr. Frisk go into this side room, which is so unlike the crew. We're like, let's go in there. And you go in there, and it's safe in some ways in that there's these like cybernetic zombies hooked into the ceiling, like receiving or giving information somewhere. There's computer terminals and all over the place. But as you walk in, it sets off a trap that shoots death rays at you. Meanwhile, you guys are trying to stay alive while taking pot shots at the ship. You end up taking the ship out. The ship starts smoking. And one of these corpse folk Marines crawls out of it to face you. At the same time, down the hallway, you hear this metallic voice. It's like, intruder, intruder, intruder. And here's what happens. Around the corner, several robots, and I say robots loosely, come rounding around the corner. I say it loosely because their heads look like metallic humanoid skulls, and its plastic or alloy exterior has been completely reshaped to appear skeletal. So they're clearly these automatons, but they're made to look like heavy metal skeletons. And it was Dr. Frisk that landed the killing blow. And I'm keeping you in the same initiative.
Wow, jumping right back in. Wait,
Jesus
are we
Christ.
supposed to see the robots that are not robots?
You want to see the robots that are not robots?
I'd like to see
Yeah.
them. It's just
Yeah.
I'm picky
getting
about
big,
my Starfinder
Terminator
maps.
vibes.
Okay, well, first of all, jump, 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 jump. Here comes one. Let's see what he looks like.
Okay.
There he is.
It's a silent.
That's copyright infringement.
There he is. Straight out of the book.
I guess the first 15 minutes of this episode are going to the trash heap of history between Joe's names and the Cylons.
It's nice to know you. Best of
Joy, I thought you were gonna do the Terminator. You explained it just like the Terminator, and then you did that.
Yeah.
I'm a busy guy. It's the first thing that came up.
welcome everyone to the last episode of Androids and Aliens.
That show's even not anymore.
Define on.
Here we go. It first one comes up and is going to take one shot against. Oh, how about Mei Shun? Mei Shun's right there. Here it is.
Her name
Shun isn't here.
Mei Shun's
Not
not
Mei.
here.
I'm so sorry. I see the pawn and I just assume that this is Mei Shun. It's Sei Yun. Oh,
Oh,
There she
Critter.
is.
I imagine she looks maybe a little bit different, but Seiyun, not Mei Shun. Here we go. Little shot. It's got this like sweet looking rifle. It's just going to fire at you. In fact, it's going to overcharge the rifle with one of its sweet moves. Swift action, overcharge it, get a little bonus to hit, bonus to damage, and oh man, if it's a crit, goodbye Seiyun. Here we go. That is going to be not a crit, but it is going to be a 35 to hit.
Oh,
That does not defeat my
Whoa.
CAC +8, so sorry. No, they
Old CAC +8. All right, let me get a D12 out real quick, because that is the damage die of this particular weapon. That is a 10 on a D12, plus the extra damage from the Jimmy John is going to be 24 points of damage.
Jeez.
Or P.
Oh no.
Then, another one. We'll call him 4. Sweet swamp, sweet swamp. He comes out. There's the other. This is the Marine that was down there, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
this kind of fellow.
Yes, that one we have permission to use.
Where is the corner / door they are emerging from? Is it up here? Is
Yeah,
that a
there's like
corner?
a little passageway down here. They come out. Me. This dude is going to fire at Callum.
shoot.
He's got.
Callum.
Let me see, movement-wise. Yeah, nice little shot right in Callum's face. And he's going to do the same thing. Swift. Overcharge this. Overload it. Ooh. Not as good of a roll. But that's going to be a 28 to hit you, Callum.
Yeah, that hits.
Callum, that's going to be 23 points of damage.
Okay, that's all right.
Boom!
Okay.
And now, it is Linnea's turn.
Linnea still stunned for one more round.
Thank you for remembering that.
Yeah.
You're as honest as your first marriage.
By the way, it's good that we're wrapping up the show because green card does expire in a year. So we'll see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Ellie, we know what we're doing. It's Dax. You're next. Are you stunned too?
I don't remember, so I'm just gonna go with a no. I think
Does that
that's
sound right to the
safest.
rest of the class? I feel like two of you were stunned, but we usually put the little icons on. I don't see any icons, so go for it. What is this thing again?
I'll look at my
What is this guy?
conditions. I don't.
These
Yeah, there's an
grasping
object
chains.
that looks like a slinky with
Right.
aura around it, sitting in the
Cosmic
battlefield.
Slinky.
Cosmic
Everybody
Slinky. I
knows.
think Callum cast that.
Cosmic Slinky.
Cast
Yeah.
Cosmic Slinky.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right, Dax, go ahead.
Dax will go ahead and fire at the pilot.
Okay.
Right? Let's do that.
Little pilot on pilot action.
Yeah, pilot is just a mere 40 feet away or so. So he'll fire at the pilot and he'll just let me double check my ammo here because this has been a hell of a fight.
Running out of juice.
I might be getting close, but I'm still good for this one. So I'm gonna do 3 attacks on this dude.
Okay.
Just opening it up. Here we go. First shot.
Oh my god.
First shot is a 13 against EAC.
So close.
Let me get both of these D10s for damage.
Come on, next time is this.
Second shot. 21 against EAC.
That is a hit.
Dude.
You know
oh my
the
God.
risks here when you do 3 attacks. You know the risks.
I know the risks, and I just rolled almost max damage. That is 29 points of damage.
Oh.
Yes, let's go, Joe.
Half electricity, half fire, for what that means.
Okay.
And last shot is a 20 to hit EAC.
That is going to hit.
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus. 23 points of damage on the last shot.
Okay, and what is the split on that again?
Half electricity, half fire.
Okay, both energy, so both would...
Yeah, both energy.
Both are going to cut through, right, David? Oh my God, I didn't even welcome David to the show. David Winters, everybody! Oh my God!
Wow. And I was just
David,
sitting
how the
here
hell are
feeling-
you?
I was just sitting here feeling bad the whole time. I had some witty quips about Joe's middle name. Like, it's not surprising. It was Patrick, because it was going to be either Pat or Geno's, in reference to
That's a good
cheesesteaks.
bit.
But
would have been
15
good.
minutes later, it just doesn't hit the same way.
No,
so,
it's
you
still
know.
pretty good. It's still pretty good.
Still pretty. The sheer amount of people in Philly named Pat, men and women, it's staggering. It's staggering. The amount of Uncle Pats out there and Aunt Pats.
Just walk down the street. Hey, Pat! 20 guys. What? Hey, Uncle Pat.
Go Birds.
David, how are you, man? I'm sorry.
I'm good. No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm just wondering all the people out there that maybe thought something bad happened to me, and it's
I'm
just
sure you're worried.
where'd he go? Is he okay? What's going on?
Skid finally took care of it.
Yeah,
Right, and we just didn't we swept it under the rug.
yeah, exactly. Just didn't say a
cover up.
single thing. He's just gone.
Certainly not gonna be
I guess we
more
don't know
attention
the
to
rules
it.
anymore.
Oh God, I'm so scatterbrained. Well, I'm sorry. First
Your
ruling of the
question.
day: does all of Joe's shitty damage get through that guy's
Yeah, so
DR?
DR just applies to kinetic damage, so not
Right.
the energy damage. Resistances are separate, so that will all go.
That's what I
through.
figured. That's what I figured. All right, David Winters, everybody. He's still here.
Hi.
He's still in one piece. Thank God for him. You got one more shot there, Dax, or no? No, that was your
No,
third
I
shot.
missed the first shot and then made the second two shots, so I am done.
At that moment,
It's a pretty good robot, LaValle.
another guy comes out, and he's mad,
This is no joke.
and
Oh,
he's gonna
man.
shoot at either Mei Shun or Callum. Excuse me, Seiyun. I've even got it written there, Seiyun or Callum. It's Seiyun. Oh no. Here it is, one shot, Swifty, gonna take all that extra jump. Yeah, I mean, massive hit. Just give you an idea of what they're hitting at. With the bonus, sure, 37 to hit, for example. That is a big hit.
Jesus.
All right, let's see. This D12 has been good to me. Not as good this time around, but that's still going to be 17 points of damage. Seiyun is taking some pops!
What are they hitting with?
Some sweet-looking rifles doing energy damage. Just arcing some... And now it is Captain Kreska's turn. Captain, we haven't heard very much from you this episode, but it's only because we're 20 minutes in.
Hi.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Captain?
Been trying to figure out how to what to do in this situation since all of our enemies are, well, you know, robots or spacecraft or.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They
Tough
don't
in
have
the old
or they're
mind
undead
thrust.
and they don't have minds.
Why don't you just open some more doors?
That worked out really well last time. Remind me, what is it? Is it a standard action to manipulate the big crane thing?
Yes, yeah. You don't even have to hack in to use it, but that's right. You can do that. You discovered that while you were in there, that you can. You take a -4 to the attack roll as long as you're proficient with either advanced melee weapons or power. No, excuse me. You take a -4 unless you're proficient with either advanced melee weapons or powered armor, and then if you hit, it does 8d6 bludgeoning damage.
Well, as it happens, I am proficient with advanced melee weapons.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Get your
So-
crane on!
So I'm going to get my crane on, and I'm going to hit, I'm going to try to thwack the first robot that came into the room. Can I hit?
the first
Yeah,
one?
can I hit him
Thwack.
even though he's up there?
Can we get a ruling on that, David? Is that an official Starfinder term?
yeah.
Is that a combat action?
I think that's
Yeah,
copyrighted
yeah.
actually by the 1960s Batman show. So we've
Thwack TM.
We've taken both Battlestar Galactica and DC's Batman. Thwack!
All right.
Big explosion on the map.
Natural 20.
You upgraded the heck out of that
Are
crane,
you going to
dude.
do 16d6 damage? You are. There's no
He
confirm.
is. There's also a critical effect on this thing. It has the knockdown critical hit effect.
Oh my
Amazing.
god.
So you will. I don't know if there's a save on it, David. You'd have to look. I don't think there is. I think it just knocks down, and then
Yeah.
it's 16d6 or 8d6 by times 2. Couldn't tell you.
I need to roll a confirm, right?
No, man, Starfinder.
Oh, right. Starfinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then roll twice.
All right.
Roll
So
twice.
16d6 then.
Yes.
43 points of damage.
Good lord. Yes. That is so amazing. I love picturing how this looks. Just
Yeah,
swing this. And we'll put him as lying down. None of these icons are lying down. I'll use the clock.
Just turn it to its side.
Oh yeah, that's kind of fun. All right, there it is.
There it is. Ah, I fell down.
Actually, it looks exactly like you fell down.
Yep. Huh, what happened to that guy? Must have fallen down.
You got hit by a crane.
Hit by a crane.
You hear about
I
Jimmy?
saw that.
Did you hear about Jimmy?
He was down in the hangar bay and he just took a crane to the face.
Jimmy and shipping?
No. Jimmy in compliance.
Oh.
Fuck that guy.
What was he doing
Jimmy.
down on the shipping dock?
There's only room for one Jimmy here. All right, it is the Marine's turn. He is going to do something pretty sweet here that probably won't work, but I'm still going to try it. He's going to use this ability called Focus Fire. As long as he takes 2 shots at Dax, it's only a -3 penalty for shooting at him. So here we go. This fucking acid dart rifle. First attack. Oh, it's got to be a miss. 24.
That is a miss. Just dodges right out of the way.
Second one, 28.
That is a miss, Troy. I'm sorry,
Oh,
bud.
wow.
It's okay. It's okay. That's why I wasn't too psyched about using it, but you were the first person I saw. I'm thinking like, how's this guy thinking he wants to shoot this big soldier in front of him? But you're too good. You're too good. Unfortunately, that's his turn. But you know what he's going to do? He is actually going to move behind this wreckage a little bit, just giving himself some cover from whatever you're going to do.
Can
now-
he though?
No,
it
because he took a full action, David. This is why I didn't invite you today.
That's why
God.
you need to introduce me at the beginning. I'll have my revenge.
Son of
I'll
a
have my
bitch.
revenge.
I've lost him. I've lost him. All right, no, he'll just stay right there and say, please take as many shots as you'd like at me, because I'm a big, dumb Marine. It is Seyun's turn.
Okay, Seyun sees serious business in front of her with these 3. Are they fully blown robots? They have nothing biological about them, or is there a knowledge check I could do?
You want to see a picture of him again?
Yeah, there we go.
There they are.
Say goodbye to this stream. Enjoy it while it lasts. But yeah, total robots it looks like. So
Yeah, they're moving very mechanically, but they're fast. They look pretty souped up. Maybe the corpse fleet just like chiseled them and made them look badass, just so they match the crowd.
Seyun is going to put her hands up to the sides of her temples and stare at them as flames enter her eyes and a wall of flames erupts from the back wall, the back force wall of the room, all the way to the other edge, pinning them in.
Come on.
It is 20 feet high, and they take damage for being within 10 feet of said wall of fire.
Wow.
2d6 of damage to creatures within 10 feet and 1d6 fire beyond 10 feet. So it looks like they're all within 10 feet based off of what I drew on there. I'm not sure if we can put that on there permanently, Troy, or not.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
we
like
totally
that.
can. Just leave that there for a second, because I
Sure.
can... Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that is pretty sweet, Grant. grant you theft.
20 feet a level, so plenty of space. I was thinking about putting a ring around them as well, but I figure they can't really go anywhere else. And it's only 5 feet per 2 levels, so with a 25-foot, yeah, it would just be too hard with a circle.
Okay, great. So, and you want to keep that nice and close to them, right? So
Nice
they
and
take
tight.
damage.
Yep.
Yeah, high and
Nice
tight.
and
Okay,
tight.
there it is. Look at that wall of fire!
Well done. That was good.
All right, so they're going to take damage right now for being
Right
close to it?
now.
Okay. Right now! Hey!
One side of the
Till
wall.
tomorrow! Right now! Hey!
Come on, guys.
Only
I
one.
could be thirsty for a Crystal Pepsi.
Sydney,
Yes.
Remember that?
want to keep going with the Crystal Pepsi joke?
Or the old SNL sketch where they did cookie dough Gatorade.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same song. He's like wiping cookie dough.
Wait, what is the Crystal
played-
Pepsi? What is the Crystal Pepsi bit?
That was a very famous commercial 25 years before you were born, where they played that song while showing off a short-lived Pepsi.
I know what Crystal Pepsi is. I do not know the commercial. I also
That was
love
the
how
commercial, yeah.
my age is unknown to the audience because you're like 25 years before you
Well,
were
because
born.
you're not flashing your birth certificate on screen like Dominic over here.
Honestly,
Moron.
couldn't believe, Joe. I'm still amazed that you don't keep it in like a fireproof box because if there was something my mother instilled in me, it was like, don't you fucking take your birth certificate out of this fucking box. Like you have to keep it in here, otherwise it's going to immediately burst into flame. And you're like, it's in my drawer. It's a little wet. I don't know why, but
Well, now you have me a little freaked out about it.
it's just in a
I should
drawer.
probably put it in a fireproof box. Honey,
Honey?
bring the
Kids?
fireproof box. All right, sorry. We can continue.
So Nation,
Why
got
don't
one
they
as a
make the
wedding
whole
gift.
house out of a fireproof box?
we just keep our bread in it, but I guess we should use more important documents.
Grant, how much damage?
Seyun has poured the crystal gravy from edge to edge of this spaceport. And only one side of the wall will deal this damage.
Okay.
So I've chosen the side of the wall that faces them. They take 10 points
Interesting
of damage
choice.
each.
Okay.
Well, they can
Grant,
move.
the wall can
They can
could
move.
appear on them as well, by the way, and then they get the passing through damage if you want the 5d6.
Well, they're going
Yeah.
to they're going to have to pass through it to shoot through it. So I figured I would do it this way, and then that way they would take the 2d6 this turn, and then when they pass through it, they'll take another 5d6. They
I
can't
thought he
see
was
through
doing that
this
too,
wall.
but
It's
I
an opaque
like
wall of
David's idea because it's less damage to me over time.
flames. Yeah. So 10 points damage, and there's really no cover on this map, which is crazy. So there's really no place for Mei Shun to go, or Seyun to go. Now you got me doing it.
Sorry, yeah, there's like maybe up here, which obviously you can't do, or down.
Dax will say, Seyun, come to me.
Fall back.
All right. With newfound trust in her crew member, she hasn't even had time to talk to you yet. She's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, actually, she's going to go around this way. 25, 30.
Callum, it is your turn. All you see is Seyun put up a wall of fire and then run away, leaving you alone. What do you do?
Callum, I think, takes a page out of Seyun's book, realizing like, okay, yeah, we're trying to do like the fire thing. And he takes one of his batteries not in use for his guns that he never uses. And I'm going to cast Explosive Blast. So I'm basically taking this battery, transforming it into a grenade. And I'm going to throw it directly at the wall where all 3 dudes, I just saw them, so I know where they are, where they all
Okay.
were. And I'm just going to hit the line of the wall, and it's going to explode in their direction.
Nice.
All right, so which intersection are you aiming for? Sort of like one that will. What's the range on? Not the range, but the blast radius of it.
It's a 20-foot blast radius, so
okay,
it's going to
yeah.
hit all of them.
Absolutely, yeah. I think
Yeah.
right where I'm pinging here is an area that's probably the cleanest. You've got a couple different positions, but all you gotta do is hit AC 5. Don't roll a natural 1. Let me know what happens.
No pressure to me. No pressure to a girl like me.
No.
Is that a song you're writing?
Yes. Sorry. Oh, I also meant to say, Callum looks at his can of Mountain Dew, shakes his head, takes out a can of Crystal Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
Cracks that bad
There we
boy
go.
open.
It's the right
He's growing
choice.
up. Yeah. Oops. Cracked eye.
That's how
Good
you
product.
win over the old folks.
Good product placement.
Natural 17 on the die.
Natty 17. So, what are the effects of this? Do I get a save against whatever damage or
yeah, you
ability
get a
you're trying to do?
reflex save for half.
Reflex for half.
Damage.
All right, so it's a straight up damage situation. All right, here we go. Reflex save for the first guy is a 16. Second guy is a natural 1, so I won't even worry about if he takes a penalty while prone. Although I am curious for my own edification. Last guy was a 21, so last guy's probably okay.
So my DC is so low, and it's a 17. So
So 2 fails
out
and
of
1
3.
pass.
yeah, pretty good though.
Yeah.
And I just rolled the damage online because it's 9d6, and I don't have that many d6.
Yikes.
And it's gonna be 32 points of damage, fire damage.
Oh.
Wow, so 32
That's
to the
awesome.
first 2, and then the other guy takes half, right?
Yep.
That's huge.
Wow.
The answer for your education, Troy, is no. It does not impact the reflex save.
Does not impact the reflex save. Awesome, we're learning. I feel like we're learning together while we're having fun playing this game.
David, I want
that's
to be
really what it's
honest
all about.
too on the Wall of Fire. There's nothing written in the spell description about a reflex save, but there is a DC associated with the spell. So I want to be able to be sure to give those awful Edward James Olmos Nemesis a check if they deserve it.
Those evil-natured robots
In
that are
fairness,
coming to destroy us.
are you saying there's a DC in Hero Lab?
Yeah, in the stat summary, but there's nothing written in the description.
Yeah,
about
well,
a DC.
that's the usual Hero Lab train wreck, because in the actual spell description, it says specifically saving throw none. So
Excellent.
I would probably go.
I think it's
with
just
the
part of the
rulebook.
program where it just assumes there's a saving throw, and so it adds it in.
Okay.
But
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make sure.
Also, Troy, I'm just going to make Callum move down his 30 feet of movement down to where Friss and Dax are to get the hell away from the robots.
I like it. Clump all together so I can do. I don't have any AoE. All right, Callum runs down there, and then of course at that moment, bing
my
bing
fucking
bong,
God.
another guy comes out,
Oh my goodness!
and he looks down and he goes, "Jimmy, you sleeping on the job? Where's Dominic?" And then he is going to just put a rifle up against Jimmy's temple and blow his head off. No, what the hell is he gonna do? There's a wall of fire there. You know what? He is going to move. Well, she just threw something through it. David, what's the rules for like shooting something through a wall of fire?
Well, I think the Sydney thing makes sense because it's fire on fire, like expanding the fire. Whereas the
I
actual
don't like where this is going.
Well, no, it's just the actual wording of the spell. It's an opaque, shimmering, like wall of fire. So
Okay.
Yeah, I
probably,
think
you definitely can't see, and like you probably can't get much through it without it getting vaporized.
I think you could have given like Sydney like a percentage die to move it 5 feet this way or 5 feet that way, not being able to see on the other side of it. But it's okay.
We're just kind of Jimmy John in the rules here anyway. So he is not going to walk through the wall of fire. He's going to sit
Well,
there.
no, let me point something out for you, Troy. At the beginning of Grant's next turn, the fire damage rating off the wall will happen again.
So he doesn't want to get within 10 feet of it.
Which he
But
currently.
after outside of 10 feet, that you take damage too.
does.
If you're greater than 10, less than 20, it's still 1d6.
All right, so this is what this guy does. He's going to double move, just like the fucking Terminator. You just see, whoom, he walks through the wall of fire. Shaboom. I didn't care for that. All right, so give me 5d6 damage. It's amazing. Amazing use of the spell.
Yeah, that's good.
15 points of damage.
Okay. And you just see this robot with flames licking off its skeletal body, just come walking through the fire. He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, cool. Like Scar. It's like Scar in Lion King when he jumps through the fire.
I was thinking more of Dabney Coleman in the end of Cloak and Dagger.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
what
okay.
a great movie.
That got me as a kid in ways I don't know why. Just I loved it. The Three
I
Finger
don't know
Man.
what that is. What is that?
You never watched Cloak and
Fabulous movie.
Dagger? Oh, it was so good, so good. Atari game with the fucking spy stuff in. You should watch Cloak and Dagger. You think it still holds up, Skid?
I've been meaning to rewatch it, actually. That was the movie that raised my awareness of people being shot in the kneecap.
Yeah.
That was the first cinematic instance I remember.
Tragic.
It's great. It's got the kid from E.T., right? Isn't
Yeah,
it the kid
right.
Yeah,
Oh, I
kid
love
from
that
E.T.
guy.
Dabney
Quick
Coleman.
question, Skip. Do you think that any old movies don't hold up?
Yeah.
Or like, do you think that? Okay, all right. So you like distinguish between the ones that don't. Sometimes I worry that your nostalgia is going to be like, no, it's great. It's great.
No. No, there are definitely some that I loved that are just don't hold up very well, for sure.
Okay, but you think this one will?
I don't know.
Okay.
I hope so. I planned a while. I'll let you know next
I'll put it on the list.
2 episodes from now.
Yeah, nostalgia is definitely going to add a lot to my answer. I'm sure Skid's answer as well. But I have a feeling, just from the blank stares, that we are the only Cloak and Dagger watchers in this whole
I think
group.
we are. I just love Dabney Coleman. I've been rewatching Buffalo Bill. I bought it on DVD. The old sitcom with Dabney Coleman in it. Huge Dabney Coleman fan. Can't wait to rewatch Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger.
Everyone understood my reference, though. Everyone's seen Lion King.
Yes, you win this round, Ellie.
Yep.
Top of the next round, making his first appearance of the day, it's Dr. Kundatu Friss.
Oh.
So, Friss. So there, just to clarify, there is a cybernetic creature closer to us, the southern part of the room still, right?
Yeah, this guy's like part undead, part machine. Probably more undead than machine, but he's badass. And you fought, these are the same guys you fought when you were back on the controller moon when they basically wiped out the Sunrise Maiden, the Sarissa.
The jumpers.
Right.
The jumpers, yeah.
Okay.
These are Marines.
Okay, and I can see one of the robots in the northeastern corner of the room. So I'm going to try to identify one of them first before I do anything.
Okay.
So that's engineering, I assume?
Yeah, give me an engineering.
That is a 37.
Oh yeah, these are your classic Sentry class security robots. They're probably all over this place. Now, you don't know whether they've been sent here to intercept you, like a security camera saw you and sent them, or if they were just doing their rounds and got to you. But you would think that this is pretty standard across the board here, especially where they're in the middle of a firefight. Their attention is elsewhere. They have integrated weapons, so it's not like you can disarm them. Their weapons are just like come out of their arm. If anyone was going to try and do any disarming. They are, this is what's going to help you. You rolled so well. They're vulnerable to crits, which you can't control, but they are vulnerable to electricity, which you can control.
Ah, okay. Electrical damage. Use electricity on them.
So you were adding half again for my half of my John?
Sure was.
Okay. So Friss is going to do a trick attack against the undead cyborg. He's going to move north through Callum, sliding between Callum's legs, and pop up and try to do a deadly aim attack. That's a 17 against DAC.
And that's against the robot, right?
Against the cybernetic guy.
Oh, this guy here.
Yeah.
17, that is a miss.
Okie doke.
Flat-footed?
Joe to flat. Oh, he's flat-footed?
Oh, yeah, he would be. He's flat-footed, yeah.
Well, then that would be a hit.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
That would be a hit.
Huge.
Joe, to clarify, you were like, you were giving me damage, and I just said yes to shut you up, but you were attacking the Marine, not the robots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that he was knowledge checking the Marine. Got it.
No, it was my fault just being like, I did, and I was just lying because I really wasn't listening. All right, Friss, how much damage to that, John?
That's 42 points of deadly aim cold damage against
42 cold. My God.
Dude, he walks through a wall of fire, then all of his systems have to be breaking up to pieces.
It's gonna make him shatter like Robert Patrick.
Yes.
The end of Terminator 2.
But this is a
Just gained
cybernetic
it.
guy. He hasn't gone through a wall of fire.
Oh,
The Marine.
The Marine
Marine,
hasn't
Joe.
gone through a wall of fire.
Oh, that's right.
We're shooting at the Marine, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I thought they were reversed. The
Yeah,
knowledge check
okay.
and the fire. All right.
Yeah, now
so
I'm-
that's 40
You're
points of cold
confusing
damage.
me.
And that dude is still alive?
Yeah, that guy's still alive, and you lit him up as well. All right, so
He also, his ship exploded that he was in, for the record. So, man.
Oh, I know. Look, I put an
That guy's
explosion
good.
on there. You see that? I was up all night making this.
It's a very good explosion.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's so cute.
Kinda
Yeah.
looks
So
like a
to
cheese
clarify,
pizza. Sorry.
old Dominic the Donkey's all over the place, but Skid was rolling knowledge on the robot, but attacking the Corpse Folk Marine. The Corpse Folk Marine is not vulnerable to electricity. He's just vulnerable to straight up damage. But now it's my robot's turns. And they're going to, Grant, get your dice rolling hands ready. The first one is going to stand up from the critical knockdown, and he's just a robot. Give me 5d6 damage.
Ooh, some sixes, baby. 22 points of fire damage.
So he stands up and he's like, I will tell you a story, and he dies.
Oh, nice
He
wall
walks
of fire.
through, and dies. And then Robot 4, where is he? Over here. He's like, he comes through 5d6 damage.
3 sixes, dude. 23 points of damage.
Okay, he is still alive, thankfully, and he'll be able to get off a pot shot at either Sayun, Friss, or Callum.
Or Dax.
I'm not shooting at you. This one's going to Dr. Friss. He has already used his overload attack, so this is just going to be a straight up rifle. Here we go. 26.
That is a miss.
I thought so. Wasn't a great roll. Poop. All right, so 2 robots come through. One dies while walking through the fire. The other one shoots at Friss and misses, and it's Linnea's turn.
Linnea is finally back in the game. She's been out of it for 4 rounds, so her eyes have been completely blank. Like she would look like Frodo after he got stung by that monster, the spider monster, Shelob.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, yeah, spoiler alert for that 70-year-old story. And so she's just been staring at nothing. But inside of her, she's been having the same dream because this is like the 16th time she's going down and she's on the brink of dying. And so she finds herself in this bright room, sitting on a bench, young version of Linnea, and she's sitting next to this kind-looking Vesk man who's holding out his hand and offering her, "Come with me, and the pain will go away." And every time she gets closer and closer to grabbing his hand, and this time when she's just a couple of millimeters away, and you'll figure out what that means in American some other time, she hears this voice. "You're not done yet. Absolutely not." And it's her mother, and she just snaps out of it, comes out, and it's like Sylvester Stallone after he has got beaten so many times, and then she gets up and then just starts shooting
Holy shit.
at the.
I know that you were going to compare Linnea to Rocky.
Yeah, I think so.
Just have
It's cool.
Rocky and Frodo.
Rocky and Frodo.
In one combat round.
Rocky.
Frodo and Rocky.
Is that Rocky over there?
And she's gonna shoot at the one that stepped out of the fire the first time.
Okay.
So here we go with her
Gotta-
artillery. Actually, she'll do a full round action. So she's gonna shoot twice.
Beautiful shot, 85 feet away, just aiming up.
Aiming up as if nothing has happened. She just like coming back.
Right.
Shooting twice. Here we go. First, 16 against the AC.
Big old miss.
All right.
So rude.
All right. Here comes the second one. Natty 19, 29 against the AC.
Nice.
That, however, is a hit.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. And I got a tool. I got a new calculator because this is actually going to be a lot of dice.
They
Come
didn't have a
on.
bigger one?
Well, I needed to see
Is
the
the
numbers.
calculator going to help with...
Well,
die
because
rolls?
it's 3d8 plus 11. Oh god, I'm just gonna use the fucking 8. Okay, wait.
How much was that?
I just really don't think there's calculator's a shortcut for that. Unfortunately.
A receipt?
29 points of dumb damage, and I didn't even use it.
Oh my god.
Guys, I saw that calculator in real life. I want to let you know, I saw that calculator in real life. It's like this big. It's so small. It just looks so big.
That's how tiny Ellie is.
Oh no.
Watching Ellie on screen is like watching Stuart Little or something.
Yeah. She's oh god, what is that book? Not The Runaways, it's the book of the people that live in the walls.
Oh, yeah.
Borrowers.
The Borrowers.
The
Yes.
Borrowers, right.
Oh,
That's
I
Ellie.
was scared of them as a kid.
Me too.
You drink
And
your coffee from a thimble.
And now you are
Oh.
one.
Now,
Now you are one.
but 28 points of damage, Troy. Did I kill
28
Nice.
points of damage taken. It is Dax's turn. Very interesting mental moment there for Linnea. She's struggling.
Okay, Dax is going to try to position himself to possibly be a primary target here, at least from the robots as they come through the wall, and he's going to use a new ability. The fire is growing.
God. For our audio listeners, there's a huge tsunami tornado fire currently.
Yeah, Troy has enlarged the wall of fire to about 60 feet wide and then just covered all of us with it. All right, Dax is going to do an ability called Springing Shot, where he is going to move his
Spicy.
speed complement and fire twice during the move. So he's going to start running. And as he does, turn to the side, fire at the Marine dude.
Okay.
So this is -4. 29 against EAC.
That is a hit.
And that is good damage again. 25 points of damage. Electricity and fire, so 12. So stack. Oh no, that's the robots.
Yeah,
All right.
don't worry about
robots
this guy.
coming next.
But it gets past his DR, which is important. So 25, he is still up.
Damn it. And I have to split the shots. So he is going to finish about there, putting himself in front of everybody where the robots are coming through the wall.
I like this, like your spellcasters fell back and your
Yeah.
soldiers are moving up. It's just, and these robots just coming, like I can picture this so perfectly well. And so you're right up next to two of these robots.
Yeah. So ideally, I would have taken out the Marine dude, but I didn't want to just take one shot. And if I take 3 shots, I can't move. So he wanted to move. So 1 shot against the Marine, and for this ability, I have to shoot 2 different targets. So for the second shot, I will fire at the robot that got. Didn't somebody just hurt it beyond the wall?
Yeah,
somebody-
Linnea just shot at the north one that popped through, and then I mean they're both taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, they both taking a lot of damage.
You want to shoot at the one Linnea did, or the other one?
The other one. The one that
that's the
Linnea
one
did not
closest
shoot
to you,
at.
right
Yeah.
near the first robot that fell.
I think I got you, buddy. 24 against EAC.
Hell yeah.
24 against EAC is a hit.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. That is 20 points of damage.
Okay.
So 25 points of damage, really, ultimately.
Because of the electricity
Because
situation.
10 of it is electricity. Is that how
Right.
it works in Starfinder, David? Is it the
Yes.
same? You just add half again?
Yeah.
50% more, yep.
Fantastic. Well, that one you just hit, he's 4. There's one more behind the wall who is yet to walk through. Is he going to walk through? Find out after this word from our sponsor. Thank you, Battlestar Galactica.
I love that show. Especially you're talking about the reboot, right?
No, I'm talking about the original.
Original's pretty good too, I gotta say.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just talking Battlestar. It's actually a shot-for-shot remake. Did you see that Office episode? We talk about The Office on here a lot, but there's one where like Jim is trying to prove that Dwight wastes time at work, and so he sits next to Andy. He's like, "So I checked out that Battlestar Galactica last night. Have you seen that?" "No, what is that? Is that like the original?" He's like, "Yeah, it's actually a shot-for-shot remake of it." And Dwight is just, "What's it about?" "Well, there's this dwarf named Dumbledore Calrissian." Dwight's like, all right. This guy is just going to walk through I went down in a burning wall of fire. He walks through. Give me your 5d6.
Get him, Grant.
Oh,
I think this one got crit.
that is 17 points of fire damage to that one.
Fire! He gets through. He is going to use his overload attack on Dax because it's really his only chance of hitting. Here we go. Here we go. And here we go. God, I don't think I'm going to get you, Dax. Well, you know what? It's going to be very, very close because I only got one shot off. That is going to be a 29 to hit.
That's a miss.
Against EAC?
Oh, against EAC?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a miss.
That was good. That was good. And I really hurt my wrist, banging it on my armrest. So you won. You might as well have just won twice. A lot of pain.
I feel like I won twice.
That is insane. A 29, and it was a miss. It wasn't a great roll, but still, 29. And this is book 6, folks. It's Kreska's turn. Kreska, what are you thinking, Cap? Another crane shot?
Yeah, let's do another crane shot.
Okay.
Linnea hit this guy, right? The one I'm pinging on the map?
Yes.
Linnea, the northern, or the middle of the 3
Middle
remaining
robot.
robots.
And Dax, you hit the southernmost one, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to go for the one Linnea hit.
Nice.
Let's try to hit him with the crane.
Hitting with the crane.
Okay, last time I rolled a natural 20, and now I rolled a natural 3. So that's going to be a 15 to hit.
Not as good, not a hit, and in fact, you crush Dax's skull in.
Oh!
Which you probably didn't see coming. Would you like to move, Kreska?
No, I'll stay at the controls. Maybe this combat will come back around to me. I hope not.
Here's what my Marine's going to do. My Marine's going to throw a grenade that's going to affect Seyun, Friss, and Callum.
Oh no.
I feel a fumble. I feel a fumble coming
The
on.
good
love
news
it.
is
I
it's
love
not
it.
a damage-based grenade.
Oh, no.
It's a blinding grenade.
That's just bad news. It's only bad news.
It's only bad
okay.
news.
If it's a blinding grenade, Callum shuts his eyes.
Oh, perfect. All right, here we go. AC 5, nailed it. 25 to hit. Lands with pinpoint precision, and you just see this flash of light go out. Seyun, Friss, Callum, I need a fortitude save, right?
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is my worst save. 21 from Seiya.
21 from Seyun. Callum?
I got a nat 20 plus 6 on my fortitude.
Nice.
Dr. Frissington?
Dr. Fred, that's fortitude is also my worst save, but miraculously I rolled a natty 17. That's a 23. Chuba to hit against the blindness.
You all pass, and none of you are blind.
You're so dominant. We're so dominant.
God! That would have been great! Would have changed the tide of battle to get 3 blind or 2. None. Instead, you all just fight it off. You're so strong, working as a unit.
Is that called a blinding grenade? Or does
Flash
it have
grenade.
Flash grenade?
Flash grenade dose. All right,
I want
now
one.
now he's going to move behind the wreckage of his Threnody assault class, whatever the fuck it's called. And then it is Seyun's turn. Seyun, you're able to avert your eyes from this blinding light. There are still 4 enemies here. What do you do?
Seyun squints for a moment, and then she puts her hands in front of her face, and if you were to look through it, you would see a distortion of time and space as she whooshes out time magic at the one furthest to the north, and it works its way through all of them. I'm going to need... Again, this has a DC attached to it that isn't in the spell description, so David, if you can help me out. I believe they give me a DC... Yeah, will negates. DC 20 will save.
DC 20
all of
will
your
save.
enemies.
All of my enemies?
All of your enemies.
Even
Whoa.
my little Marine?
Yes, because he is within 30 feet of the next closest guy. It goes down a
Oh
chain.
my gosh. Okay. All right. I'm going to roll him first and then I'll go up the chain. He rolled an 18. Fail, right? You said 21?
20.
20. Okay. Oh, great. Very willful robots. First one rolled a 22.
Okay.
Second one, natural 1. And the last one, an 11. So only one of the 4 enemies passes. The one nearest to Dax.
The 3 that failed are staggered and can take only a single move action or standard action each turn, but not both. And no full actions. No siree, Bob.
Question: what kind of a spell is this? Just because those robots are constructs and they might have immunities,
Sure.
and also he's undead, he might have an immunity to this.
Transmutation?
Transmutation. All right, so it's not mind affecting. David, I think they're good, right?
Yeah.
You sound disappointed, David.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything. And
Yeah, it's just.
it's not explicitly mind affecting, nor is it a fort save. So
What is the spell?
Slow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
a
you're just
physical-
slowing down time around
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not actually affecting their minds. You're just affecting the space around. That's really
Space time around it. So
space-time.
cool.
Continue, John. All right, amazing.
Continue, John.
It is. Do you want to move at all, Seiyan?
I'm just gonna put the rest of my party members at greater risk. They all have ranged weapons. I'm gonna stand tall where I am.
Okay. And for those of you at home, slowed means I can only take a single move action or a standard action, but not both, and I can't take full actions. Which would have been great because now that they're past the wall of fire, they don't need to move anymore. They could have just gone pop, pop, but they can't.
You also move
Because
at
I'm
half
slowed.
speed, so you can't get that close to us. Not that you might need to with a ranged weapon, but
It is Callum's turn. Callum, the tide of battle is really dependent completely on whatever you do this turn.
Oh, I'm sure. But yes, Callum does feel like, okay, now they're lumped together, and he is going to take out his classic force disc and hurl it at the robot closest to the south. God, how is this map? Is this the west?
East.
Bottom.
Oh, sorry.
do we
South.
get you a
Bottom.
direction calculator, Sydney?
Bottom. Yeah, could you give me one of those direction calculators? I gotta add up my
If you
cardinal
want to make it
signs.
even more complicated, that's towards the aft section of the ship.
Oh, cool.
But it's the but it's east on the map.
It's east on the map.
aftermost robot.
Throw it at the
Yes.
aftermost robot. No,
Yeah.
the port one.
I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it at the ass of the robot, whatever you said.
Okay. I still have
no,
no
yeah.
idea who you're throwing it at.
No, I'm throwing it at
Okay,
the
yeah, I see. All right.
aftmost robot.
Yes.
The one that
So,
Dax hit last round. Okay.
Thank you, Jim. All right, so I'm rolling to hit that one, and then I'm going to continue on hit the other two.
Okay. So you throw it.
Natural 18 to hit the first.
Oh,
That's
Dude,
gonna hit.
Callum. Yeah.
I'll
that's
do
quite
the
good.
damage after.
Okay.
And the next one, that's a 9 plus. I don't think that's gonna do it.
No.
Oh wait, 20.
20 against EAC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a hit.
Okay, and then the third one,
Exactly a hit.
that's also gonna hit. Natural 16 plus 11.
Son of a biscuit. Okay, so yeah, you hit all 3 robots.
I love this. I love making
Love it.
Troy so mad.
So angry at you. So I love those robots.
You personally.
The first one takes 12 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
The next one takes 7,
Not as good.
and the next one takes 8.
A little better. Okay. Okay. Very good. This is good. You're chipping away here. You're just leaving them. You're all of you who don't do a ton of damage are just setting them up for a Dax or a Linnea to just one shot and finish. So you guys are playing this quite well, but you know
And
how this
then-
game goes.
Callum's also going to run towards Linnea and say, Linnea, let me touch your gun. Will you get a second? I can't run all the way there, but when you get a moment, let me touch your gun. Come here. I can help.
All right, cool.
Don't point at me, please.
Jesus. Yeah, she gets distracted and starts shooting at Callum.
What did you say? Don't point the gun at me.
I can't, Callum. What?
Callum cowers in a corner, scarred from the last time Linnea shot him in the back.
Oh no.
So when I was out of college, I was working at a restaurant, and it was the first time I met somebody that was like, "Oh, I hunted my whole life. I'm going to take you out hunting with guns." Never held a gun in my life in my early 20s. I go out with this dude and his dad and like his uncles and stuff like that. They put a freaking shotgun in my hand, and we start walking around these like fields looking for birds, and multiple times I'm just like, man, it is a gorgeous day, huh? They're like, do not point the gun. Like, I was literally just turning and talking to people, pointing the gun at them. Which the father was just like, can you just leave your safety on until I tell you to just shoot at a bird? And I'm like, okay.
Dude, exact same thing happened to me.
So
As I landed in New York 2 days after 2 Americans found out I'd never held a gun, they took me out to Pennsylvania, your state, Bill.
That's where I was.
And then they were like, here's a gun. And then the first guy there, he was like, the only thing that stands between a bad guy and a gun is a good guy with a gun. And then he, boom, shot. And
He shot me.
and then I died. That was the end of that story.
He shot me in the chest. That was 12 years ago today.
You should see
Here's
my
the scar.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see it's healed quite nicely. Mostly buckshot. It's a real sight.
It's a very different story than the one she was trying to tell.
It was a very crazy thing, though. They were like, what do you eat? I'm like, I'm a vegetarian. And they're like, chicken. And then I came in, and it was the first thing that met me was a huge ox head. This was a crazy, crazy world. Anyway,
They sound like cool guys.
And then you moved here willingly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you were like, you know what?
America.
Stay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great. It was Pennsylvania, my second first state I visited.
This country's
It's a
great. You can do anything you want.
It's a sorry. You just failed your citizenship test.
You're out.
A hollow wall goes down. The guys take off their camo, and they're wearing suits.
Oh my god.
We've never seen anyone do so poorly in their American test. All right, the middle robot is going to fire at Dax. One shot. Ooh, Dax, I think I got you, buddy. 35, finally.
That gets through everything. Right to his android skin.
All right, not bad. 15 points of damage. But he's slowed, so he can't move at all. And now it is the top of the next round. It's Dr. Friss's turn. You have this team on the ropes, but you're making a lot of noise, too, here. If you're trying to keep a low profile.
True. Don't have a whole lot of options, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Friss is going to dart down to the southern edge of the room.
Let's just stop fighting and sneak away.
Yeah.
We don't want to make any more noise.
Can we like merge
Keep
with
it
the
down,
wall?
Rubens.
Merge with the wall, like pretend. Like, sorry.
Knives out! Knives out, people!
Knives only.
So, yeah, Friss goes down to the southern wall, kind of edging along it to get a nice, clear view of the undead marine. And he's going to attempt another trick attack against his flat-footed AC. Oh, come on! That is a 14 against flat-footed.
No, it doesn't hit. Bold move by Friss, though. Smart. You know the Marine's slowed. It's only going to take one shot. He exposes himself, but he doesn't hit the Marine. And now it is Robot's turn. One of them's gone, and that was the first one that was going to go. But the other one is the one that isn't slowed. The only one that isn't slowed. So he is going to... what the hell do I want to do? I guess I'll take 2 shots at you, Dax. I mean, I want to shoot other people because I know they have lower AC, but you're standing right there. They're going to just fire at you. Fire
I also
twice.
think they can. I think they can hit my AC. You know what I mean? The one
Yeah,
that you missed, you were like, it's a low roll. So like, you just got to
I've
roll
been
higher.
rolling poorly. It's that -4. It's just a kick in the wiener. How about a natural 20 though? Because that
Oh, no.
that will
Bullshit.
certainly hit your AC.
Bullshit.
that.
He steps out of the way, leaving the path clear to Seyun.
Dude, you know what's nice about this? It's 2d12 plus 14. And a critical effect. Ooh, actually, David.
I can't wait to see what these 2d12s are, these 2d12s. I can't wait to see what you pull out.
While I'm rolling this damage, let me know about critical arc. Is it just an extra?
Is it going to jump to somebody else?
Oh,
Yeah, if there was someone within 10 feet, it would, but
it was
happening.
a 10 and a 7 on the 2d12. So 17 plus 14, 31 points of damage on that crit. And that was just the first attack. 31 points of damage. Ooh, Dax, and you just got hit last round. Here we go.
Wait. Sorry. This is the guy that was not slowed.
The one guy that's not slowed, yeah. So here we go. And a natural 1. Both sides. Both sides of the equation. A 20 followed by a 1.
Oof. That takes us to the sheet, right?
Yeah, that would take us to the old fan fumble.
The old fan fumble-roo. All right, let's go with Gwyn in Traverse City, Michigan.
Hey!
Hey.
That's where I spent my summers as a kid, up by there, Harbor Springs,
Wow.
Petoskey, that area. I know it very well.
I thought you spent your summers as a kid in Cape Cod.
Well, with that,
Is it all a lie?
No, but I spent like 4 summers at Northern Michigan and like 5 at Cape Cod.
That's awesome. I don't really know much about Northern Michigan. All right,
It's
here
awesome.
we go.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Mackinac Island, gorgeous.
Mackinac
Gwyn's,
Peaches.
fumble is you
fudge.
can't fix stupid. Your weapon jams. In an attempt to clear it out, you accidentally aim the weapon at part of your body just in time for the projectile to fire out. You take normal weapon damage. Reflex save for half damage.
Wow, and the reflex save is got to be your Kakariak, and I rolled a 17, so that's a fail.
Yeah,
so, it's
you're just going to basically
take,
like, the robot's like, and then it fires onto
all
itself.
right, so I take 10 points of damage.
All right,
I'm
beautiful.
Like, what's wrong with this rifle? Bah! Son of a... he just takes 10 points of damage and wastes his second action.
15.
Oh,
he's
Vulnerable to his own gun.
Amazing,
That makes me
David.
sick. Hey, you know what? That's enough to kill him.
Amazing.
He's like, what the hell's wrong with this? And he falls to the
It
ground.
blows right off.
Yeah, just a headless skeleton robot falls to the ground. All right, there are 3 enemies left, and they are all slowed. It is Linnea's turn.
Linnea is gonna run over to Callum, similar to like a soccer player that's drenched in sweat. When they like run over to their coaches and like, yeah, give me the strategy, and she's just gonna lean over to Callum and be like, yeah, touch my weapon, whatever you wanted. She's drenched in sweat, so she's gonna take that is gonna be our move action, and then I'm gonna shoot based on what Callum does.
Okay, so you move to Callum and ready, or delay, basically. Delay, or that'd be ready. You're going
No,
to
you
take
can't
your
delay,
turn.
but you can ready.
You're readying it. When Callum casts a spell, you're going to act.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. It is Dax's turn. Dax, you got lit up a little bit there, brah.
He did. He got... Mostly's been hurt in a while, and he is going to unload on these 2 and just... And this is his last onslaught on this clip. So after this round, he's going to have to change clips. So he's not going to be able to fire 3 times next round, but he'll fire 3 times this one last time.
Hey-o.
So starting with the half-most robot who Linnea had hit earlier. First shot. 21 against EAC.
That is a hit.
Yes. That is 20 points of damage, so 25 adjusted for the vulnerability.
Got you?
Still up?
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
I know.
He's got to be so close. Second shot. Oh, 22 against EAC.
Yeah.
19 points of damage.
Plus another, or 19 total.
Plus another is going to, no, it's going to be 9.
You
So
need
that's
me.
then 4, so it's 23 points of damage.
23 points
sorry.
of damage is enough to take the robot out.
And then one more shot of fire and electricity in this mixed plasma yellow star plasma rifle. I just rolled damage without rolling the d20. Bad karma. And there's the bad karma. 16 against EAC.
Hey, you took out one more. There's only 2 enemies left. They're in rough shape. How long does that slowed last?
The slowed will last for the duration of their existence if you're trying to get out of it. So
yeah.
I can tell you, I believe it's turns, 1 round a level, so 11 rounds.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, and it is that last robot's turn, and he is going to fire at Mei Shun, because Mei Shun is the next one in line here.
Say
Then he will surely miss.
Seyun, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I don't know why. It's just because we need new art. We need new art.
Can I use this as an opportunity to tell the reasoning behind the name of Seyun?
Please?
Yeah.
It might help you like figure out, and keep it in your mind. So Mei Shun was like Cantonese, and so is Seyun. It's in honor of my wife's birth language. Seyun, because Cantonese has 6 tones. Depending on which tones you use when you say it, can mean a few things in Cantonese. It can mean 4th person, it can mean dead person, or it can mean 4th copy or printing.
Oh, that's so cool.
And also, 4 is a very unlucky number because "say" sounds like death in Cantonese.
Awesome.
So I really workshopped it for a while. I got it through all these different like basic like rudimentary words I know from Cantonese, and then I worked with Angel and I was like, does any of these sound like something else? I'm thinking about using "say" a number in there. "Say" sounds like death. I was chosen on that, and then I worked until "yun" sounded like copy printing. Very cool.
It's an amazing name when you think about it. Dead person, 4th copy, like
That's really cool.
It's unbelievable that it still also sounds like Mei Shun, which is why I keep making the mistake. It's an unbelievable name.
That is so
and now
cool.
I'm going to shoot you and kill you, and you'll have to make a 5th copy. 26
Against which AC?
EAC.
Let me get up my actual sheet. Say unplay. That is a miss.
That's brutal. Brutal. All right, so it goes straight to Kreska's turn. Kreska, what do you got?
I'm going to do the old thwack on the last robot.
Okay.
Yes, finish it with a thwack.
Natty 18. 30 to hit.
Yeah.
That is a hit. 8d6 damage.
30 points of damage.
Oh, man.
30 points of damage. It is barely up, but it is still up. So you just come, shivam, the crane arm comes around, boom, knocks chunks of the robot off.
I love the picture of this crane arm swinging through this wall of flames, smashing into the robot, like
Flames licking off of it. Like
So epic. All right, this guy hits the Marine's turn. He is going to do a focus fire on Dr. Friss. So it's 2 shots, -3 to each shot with this acid dart
That's not
rifle.
a full round action, is it?
You know what it is, so I can't do it. I can only shoot once. Thank you. Poopsicle. All right, here we go. 1 shot with the acid dart. 24.
That's a miss.
That's a big old miss. And so yeah, you guys have this in hand. Seyun, what do you got?
Is he receiving cover behind the wreckage of the ship, or can I see the top?
He is. He is.
All right,
Yeah.
then I will have to do something that avoids cover altogether. Say Yun will whip 2 magic missiles from her finger and flick them both unerringly at his head.
Nice.
At the Marine, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that is going to be 8 points of damage.
7 hit points left. He falls.
Yeah.
Heroic. Say
Turns into a pile, and for all intents and purposes, you have won this combat. The other robot would be no challenge to you.
Awesome.
Just because
Power is down.
Just because I'm curious, what were you gonna do, Callum? With the whip?
For next time, guys, I do have a spell called Shifting Surge, and basically I can change your type of energy in your attacks, and you get a plus 2 d6 bonus next time you attack. So
Okay,
next
cool.
time is a special, but it's hard because I have to run to the person and touch them, and it takes up a whole turn of mine and my spell slot, so it's got to be like right before, Dax or Linnea goes to shoot. Otherwise,
But I think, but like Callum and Linnea, we can be buddies. You can stand behind her.
I feel like I always end up behind you guys anyway because I'm like, block me. So next time I'll do it.
That's very cool. Well, I'm glad I can let you save that because that robot was almost dead anyways. All right, I'm going to talk about just a quick equipment dump here. Get that out of the way, and I want to hear from you what y'all are going to do. The Marines are had the same equipment that the ones you fought on the controller moon had. They have LFD pulse gauntlets, like on their fists, power fists. They all have dual acid dart rifles. I'm saying there's only one of them. A dual acid dart rifle, an LFD pulse gauntlet, and he has one flash grenade 2. And then he's wearing an Elite Defiance series armor. And the Pulse Gauntlet also has a battery. The battery that's on it has 20 charges, and then he has a backup battery with 20 charges.
The dual acid dart rifle uses batteries?
No, the Pulse Gauntlet does.
Oh, the pulse gauntlet does. Got it.
Yeah, the dart rifle just uses these acid darts, of which he has 40 of them.
Is that rifle a long arm by its classification?
Dual acid dart rifle? I'll let David speak to that.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
If
It's a
it is,
rifle.
If it is, I'll take one.
It is a long arm, yes.
Great. There's also the 4 robots. They each have an integrated static arc rifle. That's what was doing the 1d12 damage. Integrated static arc rifle, you might want that. That does 1d12 plus whatever, and then the dual acid dart does 2d8 plus whatever, and that's acid and piercing. So they're 6 of 1. And then they each have 2 high capacity batteries. One with 40 charges and one with we'll say the other one's down to 20 charges.
Was it Defiance Elite Series for the heavy armor? Sorry.
Elite Defiance series for the Corpse Folk Marine.
It's not good enough.
Would that be that would be the same armor we had before? Like from the ones on the planet?
Yeah, if anybody took one of those, or if you were like, not interested, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
David, question for you. I can't use a long arm rifle if I don't have proficiency. Or I can't even use it, right? God damn it, all these cool guns. Useless.
Useless.
You could take a feat next time you level up. Give you the proficiency, right?
That's true. That's true. You could take a long arm proficiency.
David,
Maybe
could
I'll do
you
that next time.
Well, what is your dex?
My dex, it's not bad. It's not great. It's +2.
Not bad.
David, could
That was
you
a cool fight. That was a cool fight.
Yeah,
I liked
yeah,
it.
that was a
The
lot
crane
of fun.
arm was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting hit by an airplane.
Yeah, starting out
there's
fighting a fighter ship was really weird.
But I thought, I'm a little upset that I didn't go for it. My idea was to do a really hard, try to pull him out of the ship, or the airship.
I know.
And then I was like, no, it's gonna be too hard. But then I ended up being stunned for 4 times because I rolled a natty 1.
That really slowed you down, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta roll the hard 6.
You do. You sure
you
do,
go.
Ellie.
There you
That's
go,
a battle.
Ellie.
They say that a lot in Battlestar Galactica, just so you know.
Sometimes you gotta roll 6.
I also like the way you guys spread out throughout the room. That was cool. So, a couple
Would
things.
I be able to use the crane arm to throw the bodies out into space?
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. I have to look into the finer details of how this red wall works, but I would say that yes, if the fighters can launch from here, you could just grab them and drop them down one of these holes, and they just will float out into space. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot going on out there. You may bring attention to yourself, so you got to decide where you want to put the attention. Do you want to leave bodies here for them to be found, or do you want to throw them out the hole?
Can you go back over what is going on out there? You said there's a lot
Sure.
going on out there. So there's these fleets are coming towards this ship.
So you're on the Ultranaut, you're on the mothership, and then there's just like an armada of ships that is trying to attack, but also defend from the ancient defense systems of the Gate of the 12 Suns. And so as you were flying up and faking your way through those call signals, you were just watching this battle take place. And basically, it seems like it's only a matter of time before the Corpse Fleet is able to overwhelm the Gate of the 12 Suns. But the defense system was holding its own. And so right now there's just a lot of shit going on. But there was one fighter that hadn't been deployed, and that was the one that attacked you.
And we're trying to hijack this Corpse Fleet capital ship, essentially.
You think that this is you have two options that were presented to you by Osteth. It's like, one, drive something of immense power into the stellar degenerator to destroy it, and you look at the Ultranaut and you're like, oh, maybe this. Or use the Ultranaut to get close enough to board the stellar degenerator and blow it up from there. It sounds a lot more complicated, but either way, you don't quite know how you could do that and survive.
Either way, you all die.
Either way, you all die. So in this room here, you've got the space here, and you haven't really had a lot of time to explore this room that Kreska and Friss walked into, the one that Kreska's working at right now. There's another small door to the south, or near the aft port section of this, and then two double doors going deeper into the south of the map, but port on the ship. But Kreska, I can tell you now that you're out of battle, if you're looking at the displays, and this is a computer system that you could hack into if you wanted to, you see that eight ships recently launched from this very bay, and they're just skirmishing their way across the Gate of the 12 Suns. They're just, and so you see that like each computer screen is following each of these ships as they're trying to fight their way to destroy the defense weapons of the controller moons.
Is there any way I can try to turn off the death ray so Frisk can come back in here without, getting hit by a death ray?
Yeah, let's look at the old death ray here. Yeah, you want to try and disable the trap, basically?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. David, do you have it up?
I do. A little mysticism is an option.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or
Excellent.
engineering.
I will use mysticism, as I am a mystic.
Okay.
Ooh.
Natty 16 for a 35.
Nice.
35. It was DC 33.
Oh, wow.
So, if you use engineering, you could disconnect the projector that was shooting out this death ray. But with mysticism, you just lay your hands on the source and are able to remove the necromantic focus of the death ray.
Nice.
And so the trap has been disabled.
And then I will invite the good doctor, to come in and see what he can learn from these computers.
The good doc? Okay.
So Frisk comes in, and he's coming in very cautiously. Doesn't trust
It's
Captain
off, I
too.
promise. I promise.
Not buying it, Captain.
I did it with my mind, not
you
with
see-
my computer skills.
That's what worries me. Like, he's just anything because he can't wrap his mind around the magic stuff, so he's just still very jumpy coming in here. But he goes over to the computer, and it's a computer's check to try to.
Yeah, to try and hack in. And remember, there are two of these creatures, just like these cybernetic zombies that are jacked in to the computer, and they're slightly twitching a little bit. But you know they don't seem to be a threat, but they're there, and they're either receiving information or giving information. I'm sure if you hack in, you'll be able to figure out a little bit more. So yeah, give me a computer's check.
Yeah, super nervous around these things. Like, oh, like every time one of them twitches, you like just jumps
Oh,
back.
fuck yeah. Ugh.
That is a 32 computers.
You got in.
Frizz.
It looks like the consoles here are primarily designed to track the fighters that are stored and launched from this bay. And Kreska kind of assumed that as much, seeing each monitor kind of following each of these ships. It's got to be so cool to watch because you're watching like a cockpit camera of what they're doing. But there's also a ton of data because they're tracking information. They're running scans on the Stellar 2 generator. They're running scans on the controller moons. So there's just a ton of information being passed back and forth as these zombies twitch to either receive or send. So its primary function, this room, is like flight control. They don't have access to any local security or security protocols, and it doesn't seem like you're searching through. You don't see any maps of the interior of the Empire of Bones. It looks like these zombies or these terminals can send the fighters information from the mothership sensors, as well as orders from the command staff. So maybe orders are coming in from the bridge into the zombies, and then the zombies are sending the information to the fighters. They can also store maintenance records and so on. So they're like a go-between between the computers and the command staff. As you're looking at the data, however, you can see that a message has been logged regarding your intrusion into the hangar bay. But as you start to dig into that messaging to see that the command staff or that it's been alerted or at least recorded that you've been intruded, there's been no ship-wide alert made to your presence. So someone or something knows you're here, but they haven't let anyone know yet. You can also download, while you can't get a map of the whole ship, you can download a local map of this area that they call Hangar Country. So the file name is like hangarcountry.exe, and you can get that to your data pad. And I will show you that map right now on Roll20.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So you see the space that you're in, and now you get a look at what it looks like behind those doors.
Oh, wow.
Holy. It's a lot.
Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of room with gravel or sand, another room with junk, spare parts, one room with a bunch of beds with wires on them, another room that is just like a mainframe computer, another room with like several chairs all hooked up to computers or like sitting at computer terminals, and then what looks like
a LAN party.
It's a LAN party. They're just playing Halo. And then
Halo.
Just playing Counter-Strike in the app section of the ship.
and then there's what looks like a brig over to the east, and then just some sort of power core that looks inaccessible, just diverting power around this area. And then you see that the room directly across where Friss and Kreska is another small room that's just a bunch of chairs, maybe like a waiting area. Very small though, like 10 feet wide by 50 feet long. So you're able to get that into your data pad, and you can easily send it to the rest of the crew. Much of the map doesn't show any information though, although describing some of the areas as secure sites. Roll a culture check, or I don't think you have a relevant profession for this, so roll a culture check.
I have like 10 jobs.
And
What
I'm
are
a
your
dancer.
professions?
Well, I'm a lawyer, I'm a psychologist, and an archaeologist.
Yeah, no, this would be some more like a profession soldier or profession mercenary.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we're hello.
You're a dancer, and you'll always be a dancer.
Yeah.
And I'm a miner. Like, I'm a profession miner. Not a professional soldier, really.
Yeah, you need someone
I'm a dancer. A dancer dances.
It's one thing to be like of the soldier class. It's another one to be like someone that understands warfare.
Yeah, like a professor at a war college or something.
Right.
Oh, you think
I still
dance
got a-
isn't warfare?
I'm a
I
professor
got
of war.
a 35 on culture, though.
Okay. So you think that one of these sites here on this map that you've revealed must be the security post for this section, and that the other sites in this area are likely rooms with valuable or fragile equipment, or maybe valuable personnel, but they aren't directly necessary or related to the cybernetic zombies. It has nothing to do with what the zombies need to do to perform their tasks. Not having a full map of the ship here on a minor computer system is a security precaution. So that doesn't seem too strange to you. That arrangement is fairly common in strictly military groups, which the Corpse Fleet is, and paranoid mercenary organizations, which the Corpse Fleet is. Since the rank and file crew members don't need full details of every section of the ship, such info is available only on a need-to-know basis. But a senior officer or a security officer on this level would most likely have access to more complete ship records. So if you're looking to get to a certain area on the ship, or looking to learn more information about how things work here, most likely the security post in this hangar is going to have access to that. And the other rooms are just going to be full of possibly valuable things or people.
So what you think? I explained this theory to the crew of the Sarissa.
Is there a way to delete the log entry about us?
I think so. I do that if I can do it.
Yeah, you're welcome to try. It'd be another computer's check.
Oh, that's a 42.
Oh, baby.
42. All right, you fire it off. It looks like it may have been deleted, at least locally, but you can see, Frisk, that like they have their shit together. That there are so many different fail-safes and copies of this that are buried within. You may have deleted it from the local area, but you don't know if there's a way that this has already been transmitted. You do know that the alert has not been made ship-wide, so that's strange. Someone knows you're here, but they haven't made it a ship-wide emergency.
Could it be someone in security? Didn't you say there was a security office on this floor?
There is. Maybe there's someone on our side.
Perhaps.
Roll
Let's
a
go in
perception check.
unarmed.
Yes.
Roll a perception check for us, and Kreska.
21. No, sorry, 25.
31.
31. So Frisk is rattling off this information. Maybe the rest of you are starting to gather in near the rest of the, or near Kreska and Frisk. And Kreska takes that in, just starts looking around. And you look right up in the corner, and you see a security camera right on the both of you. It's just like...
Oh my god. Terrifying.
And we'll see you next week.
I hate that. And I love like the closed circuit image, like black and white images. We just like
Yes.
look up at it.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Cut to the screen of the fight.
They had a Sloman shield sign in front of their Sloman shield.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a Crystal Pepsi
That was
on us.
awesome.
No tomorrow. And now. And everything.